early detection of Alzheimer's or other dementia offers significant benefits for the person diagnosed and their loved ones. But sometimes it can be hard to tell when someone may be struggling with this. And here today to discuss this is Monica Wright, Executive Director of the Caddo Council on Aging, and Paulette Freeman, Executive Director of the Bridge Alzheimer's and Dementia Resource. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. Monica and Paulette, we are so happy that you're here. But first of all, we need to kind of explain things to our viewers. A lot of people think that Alzheimer's and dementia are interchangeable terms when we know that they are in fact two separate things.
Right, it is. So dementia is the umbrella term for diseases of the brain that affect the memory. So Alzheimer's disease is one of those, and it's the most widely diagnosed. But you also have frontotemporal dementia, which is what Bruce Willis has. You have vascular dementia, you have Parkinson's dementia, there's also alcohol-induced dementia, and then mixed dementia. So a doctor has to go through and diagnose which one of those dementias you are, or a combination of them.
I was going to say there can be many different causes. Sometimes, you know, something as simple as dehydration can almost bring on dementia that we've seen, dementia-like symptoms in the hospital. And so it's important to recognize what dementia-like symptoms might be and when it's time to seek help. So explain some of those symptoms to us.
So the early signs of Alzheimer's and dementia, of course, a lot of people know about the memory loss or decline in your everyday thinking. Another sign is not being able to do your daily activities. I was reading and I saw something that was interesting where it was saying maybe you're not able to follow a plan, such as a recipe, not being able to follow the steps to a recipe. Maybe not being able to, when you're driving, having difficulty finding familiar places. Things that you do normally every day and you notice that there's a decline in them, those are signs of Alzheimer's or dementia.
And it's things to be looking out for because, you know, we all have lapses in memory. I call it goldfish brain for myself. We all have those moments where we kind of lose our train of thoughts. But if you're noticing this more frequently, that's when you should be concerned.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So what should you do if you notice yourself or a loved one starting to exhibit some of these symptoms? Where do you go from there?
We would encourage you to come to the Bridge Alzheimer's Dementia Resource Center. We can provide a memory screening, and the results you can take to the doctor. And but you know, the greatest part is the support services you get with that when you come to the Bridge, and because we are the ones that can bridge the people with resources and support services once a diagnosis is made, or if you just have memory concerns, like you said, it may not be dementia, it could be a vitamin deficiency or dehydration.
And there's been a lot of new drugs that have kind of helped further some of the treatments for some of the issues that we've seen. The FDA has approved quite a few, and you know, in the early stages, we're already seeing results, which is great.
Yeah, so Leqembi is the latest drug that has been approved by the FDA, and it's supposed to slow down the dementia. And people right now that can go get screened by their neurologist here. There's a process for it, and we're waiting for the drug to come to Shreveport so it can be administered.
That's wonderful. Well, one thing that we do want to make sure to mention, because I know this is a hard topic to have with families and it's a hard topic to have with loved ones, especially because they can be a little resistant to acknowledging the fact that maybe they're slowing down or maybe there's something that's just a little bit off. And we don't ever want anybody to feel like we're attacking them or we're pressuring them because we want to care for our loved ones. So how do you address that kind of situation?
Well, we have professionals on staff, licensed professionals, counselors that can have family meetings, individual counseling sessions to help with that.
Well, Monica and Paulette, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for sharing the resources.
Thank you.
And I'm sure when you open this story online at KSLA.com or in our KSLA News 12 app, you'll be able to find better ways to contact you guys in case we are experiencing this with our own families.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.